Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Europa Park. Right behind us is Voltron Nevera, the brand new 2024 Mock Rides Striker coaster. It is the anchor of the new Croatia section of Europa Park. And funny enough, it's not even the newest mock coaster to open up here at Europa Park. That would actually be Alpenexpress in the new Austria area after the terrible fire that burned it down. 10 months later, they rebuilt the whole land. We're going to show you Voltron, and we're going to show you Austria, and so much more of what is new at Europa Park in 2024. Let's start with Croatia.
Starting here outside of Voltron, if you look behind me, you can see there are a couple different options for getting in line. There is a virtual queue, which you do through the Europa Park app. There's a single rider line, and then there's a general queue, which right now looks like it's only 45 minutes. Not really that bad. But this building is absolutely spectacular, which is not really a shock given how high of a theming level they have here at this park. But this is the Croatia area. I have not been to Croatia, so I can't really speak to its accuracy, but I like it.
As part of the new area, we also have a brand new cafe here in this lovely looking building. I see a lot of people getting these ice cream cones, and it smells fantastic here. There's also a bunch of outdoor seating with some covers to keep the sun out. Also a ton of benches too. And there you can see the exterior overflow line for Voltron Nevera. And this building is just so wildly impressive. I will also add, there is a set of restrooms here in Croatia, but it's like tucked away all the way in the back, kind of hidden, and not very many like stalls or urinals options out there. It almost feels like a temporary solution for something more permanent in the future, but at least it's an option. On the other side, we have some food stands. I see a bunch of like cases over here where they sell soft drinks and water and whatnot. And again, a bunch more covered seating areas.
Ela was just telling me that the car back here is what the ride is like based on. So the ride is Voltron Nevera. The car is called the Nevera, and it is the fastest electric car in the world.
Whoa.
Right? That's it. That's the one.
Dude, Europa Park loves their like product placements and advertisements. It is amazing the level of detail in this land, and there are so many different pathways that run up right alongside the roller coaster. You can just walk like right under it. And right over here across from Voltron, they have some animatronic figures that talk to each other every half hour. I guess it's telling the story of Nikola Tesla, maybe? I don't know. There's also one up there in the window.
Nächsten Experiment berichten. Erik?
So they got a lot of merch here for Voltron. Pretty much anything with the name on it is going to be on the back though. And the front has like the symbol instead.
Very slick and simple, which is something that we like. I also really dig the hats. I'm not a hat wearer, but they're fun for sure. You got your pillows, mugs, towels, glasses. There's a little snow globe. They also sell dishes and pots and plants, because why not? So there you go, a look at Voltron. You got to see some of the theming, got to see the entire Croatia land. We just got off the roller coaster, not once, not twice, but actually a handful of times, and we got some thoughts.
Yeah, this is by far the best coaster here at Europa Park.
Yes, 100%.
I would even say it's probably the best themed too.
The best themed coaster in the park? I would say so. I think that's very fair. The presentation is incredible.
It's
like
so
the
beautiful.
queue.
It's so beautiful. And even like on the ride, like some of the points that you are going slower, like where you can actually look at stuff, like they have some really cool stuff in there, like the turntable and everything.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome. I mean, it is forceful, it has laterals, it's got airtime, it's got tons of inversions, hang time. No matter what you like in a roller coaster, it's in here somewhere.
Yes, yeah, I agree. So let's kind of walk through this a little bit. So I love when you enter the Q house, how you have the animatronic of Nikola Tesla. You have the coils above that every 10 or 15 minutes they like play the Voltron song like through real electricity. That was wildly impressive. You look off to the side, you see the first show scene, which has like the bounce track, but you see like all the electricity around you, and then you get up to the station, and the vibes are just immaculate.
Yeah, so the actual station isn't too crazy. It's nice, but it's not like as themed as it is like when you turn the corner on the ride and you suddenly are in that area that you were just talking about. And like there's just so much going on around you and there's so much movement that if you didn't know going into it, it's like very surprising. And then you have this just immaculate first half. Then you come to a stop, and if you don't know any better, you might think that's the end of the ride.
Yeah.
Our group did, which is very, very funny. And then you have a whole second coaster, basically. It's basically 2 rides. It's insane.
Yeah, so this ride is a great mix of hang time and air time. There's a couple airtime moments that in particular stand out. So after the stall, there's a really good ejector hill. In the second half, you have like that twisted kind of top hat, and then later the double up into the mid-course. And then when you're sitting in the back, there's this very sudden dip after the mid-course. Actually, that's it right there.
Yeah,
and
it's really
it is like
it doesn't look like it. But
it's
it is.
small, and so you just like quickly drop and then just whip into like a corkscrew, and then I feel like the most intense part of the ride is the ending.
Yeah, it's very all over the place. I don't know that I fully grasped what was going on because it happened so quickly and it's so disorienting, but like in a good way. Like it's not like where it makes you feel like not well. It's like, hi. It's literally just so all over the place you can't keep track in it, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Now, there is some complaints that some people have brought up. The main one is that it is not running like a brand new roller coaster, which I will say, when our first ride hit, I thought it was very smooth and I didn't have an issue with it. After doing it a couple times, I did notice that some trains are shakier than others, and
I don't think so.
if you sit towards the back, maybe it's a bit more noticeable. A wing seat definitely is noticeable. Like I sat on a front wing and then sat next to someone who was on a middle, and I was like, do you feel like that was a smooth train? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, well, I felt like that was shakier. So like, it definitely has some kinks that they need to work out.
Yeah.
But I personally feel like it didn't take away from the ride experience where I wasn't able to enjoy some stuff. Because I've talked to some people that are like, it's too rough, it's too much,
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it is a very intense roller coaster. So that does add to the intensity in a way.
Well, also just being on a wing, like you're further away from the track, it's kind of inevitable that there's going to be a little more shake. But it's really not that bad. I was nervous about sitting on an end seat, but it was fine.
Be aware that because of the moving loading platform, you aren't able to choose your row, so it really is the luck of the draw. So you definitely want to get multiple rides in on it. There's the single rider line, there's the virtual queue, as I think we mentioned earlier, and the operations are fantastic. I mean, as you can see, there are just so many trains going on the track at once. The energy is amazing. It has such a high throughput. I think it is a stellar addition to Europa Park.
Oh, it's definitely that A+ attraction at this park now, for sure.
Absolutely. So there you go. There's Croatia and Voltron. Let's move on and see what else is new at Europa Park in 2024. So we've now made it to the back of the park for the Spain section for our next big change for the 2024 season. So obviously everyone's talking about Voltron, but we have to acknowledge that last year, the Spain section suffered a major fire that pretty much caused a total loss of their log flume and their mine train, Alpenexpress.
Yeah, but now like looking at all the new rock work and all the new theming and everything, it looks fantastic. So obviously what happened was very sad, but they clearly made the most of it and made it look really, really nice.
Yeah, so we're going to show you what's new and also take you on for our first rides on the new attractions. So this lift for the flume was here before, but everything that's behind it is newly rebuilt.
It looks really nice.
Again, all this brand new. All this has been here, so the fire did not stretch over to this section.
There was an old shopping place here, but they removed it and built a new seating area. But it's insane how they built it. Like 10 months ago, there was, 12 months from now, but they built everything in 10 months.
Wow.
So from deconstruction of the old part to the new, it's 10 months. That's insane.
That's insane.
That's really insane.
So we're now in the plaza, is home to Alpenexpress. So it used to feature an indoor section where you go into like a show building. Now it's completely outside, but you can already see some of the rock work. It's incredible. And in case you're wondering, the station is in the exact same spot as before, but they have updated to match the rest of the land. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine doing all this in 10 months. This is so stunning. They have an entire upper section. It's like this play space. It is so cool. Wow.
They have electricity here, and they have running water.
Right?
What?
Yeah, it's insane, right? Just for a theme park.
It's like a house.
You can like bring your lunch up here. That's
So cool. This is awesome.
I love that you have to do this.
I know, this is the way down. Right over a waterfall. Don't drop anything. Okay, ready?
Not yet.
All right, green means go.
Yeah.
Bye. Whoa. I valleyed. This entire Austrian land is just incredible. It's so lively, very kinetic. There's just stuff going around at all times. You have different crossovers with the train, the flume, Alpenexpress, the play structures. Brilliant job, Europa Park, especially that you threw this together in like with such a short timetable. Very impressive. And did we mention all the like hidden pathways? This is part of a trail that just goes all the way around this rockwork. It's so fun. It's like, what's around the corner? I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, do they light up?
There's even a glass floor that goes right over top of the flume. That's incredible. And right below us, the train. And there you can see the Spain pathway that we were on earlier. So you can see that means all this is double-sided because they have to theme this side for Spain and this side for Austria. Wow.
This is awesome. This is so cool.
This is way, way cool.
You know, I honestly like love when parks do stuff like this where it's like, it's not a ride, it's not anything, it's just for fun to like look around and explore and play. It's like amazing.
Not anything you have to wait in line for, you just do it.
So, continuing with the theme of how the heck did they do this in only 10 months, this is a part of it. It is literally so beautiful. And there's like little trolls that come up and they'll come and say hello to you. Wait, here they come.
No way.
How do you conceptualize and bring to life something this incredible in such a short
You need an army. Disney could never. Disney will have spent 5 years to build this. Unreal. And of course, it exits into a gift shop. Why wouldn't
Naturally.
it? I'm not even mad. That was incredible. Even the gift shop is just beautifully themed. It's a literal cave. Off we go on the brand new Alpenexpress. Look at this beautiful station. Woo! Oh yeah, look at this. Woo! Very, very smooth. Now go through the play area. Whoa! Ooh. That's awesome. I know luck, Bloom. There you go. Hey, we're going around again.
Okay.
You also see a couple people up ahead have VR headsets on. So they pay like an upcharge to ride this with VR. How was your ride?
It's fun. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it go around several times and never realized that it went around twice, so that was a fun surprise. I like that even if you choose not to do the VR, there's still like fun things to look at. Like there's some effects like the lights, and then there's like fog and everything. So just like whichever you choose to do, it's still like a cool visual ride.
Yeah, it's a very tame experience. It's a very family-friendly ride, which is, again, this park receives a lot of families here. So it was something that like they couldn't do without, you know? So very nice, wonderful area here with Austria and Spain. Europa Park did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
Shocker.
So let's move on to see what else is new for 2024. So it's not a new roller coaster, but it is a new experience. Over here at Can Can Coaster, they have a new VR option for the Phantom of the Opera. So in this case, you would ride Can Can Coaster with a VR headset, and it's themed to the musical. And this is an upcharge experience. It is about €7. And you know, in the past, VR experiences have been just a big nightmare when it comes to operations. But here is actually pretty smart. They have a separate loading area for the VR train, and then it just transfers the train onto the track to cycle in between the other non-VR trains going around. Very, very clever. Here's what it looks like when you walk in. Chandelier. Here's where you get your tickets. It kind of shows you what it's like. They also have a test seat out front, which is nice. There's also some costumes. They really dressed this up. Wow. Yeah, this is impressive. And then here's the gift shop at the end of the ride. They have merchandise for it. Lots of candlesticks. This is creepy. Wow. Very, very nice though. All right, we got our tickets. Let's do it. Wow. This is beautiful. This piano is playing itself.
It plays better than I do.
Carlotta, Sopranistin, allseits beliebte Diva.
They had us put all of our bags away in a locker. This whole area is beautiful. I can see you all as different characters. Sarah, you look like a man.
You're an old guy.
Samu, you're a woman.
You are a woman.
Thank you.
This is freaking me out.
We're like looking at some waterfalls. So they're telling us to board the train, but instead it's a boat. So it's like we're climbing aboard a boat.
It's like stone.
Oh wow, this is crazy. Yeah, it's like we're climbing aboard boats. This is really weird.
I know, I can't see.
I can't see any other people. Yeah, it's like I'm alone on a boat. Alright, so it feels like we're departing the sewers and heading towards a waterfall. Oh, we're going through a waterfall. Whoa, what the crap? Whoa. Oh, mine keeps glitching. Oh my gosh. My thing is frozen. Are we moving? I can't.
No.
We're not?
No.
My thing is misaligned. I'm like sideways right now. Uh-oh, I'm not seeing anything. I don't think mine's working. It's not moving at a natural speed. I think my timing is very off. Now we're looking at the opera theater. We're rotating around a chandelier. We're flying around the theater. The whole theater's on fire. It's very jittery. Alright, the whole street's on fire and they're kissing now. I think we're back in the loading area. They have like a station set up.
What the heck?
Oh, there you are. That was an interesting experience. Like overall, there were aspects of it that were very cool, like the fact that you are wearing the VR headset before you board the roller coaster, so you can like walk around, and then it's like a full experience, like from
Agreed.
start to finish. That part is cool, but I feel like the technology isn't quite there because it definitely had its flaws once the actual ride experience started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely feels weird when you're like sideways sometimes, but the actual coaster is going forward.
Yep.
And the
yep.
glitches were very weird at the beginning, especially during the lift hill. But I think the overall setup is better. So as long as they work on the tech, I think this could be really cool in the future.
Yeah. So the only other VR like coaster that I've done is the Dubai drone, and that was like a real quick throw on the headset, whatever. You just like go on the coaster and you get off. Like, and it didn't really have a story. It was just like flying around Dubai. So this was way cooler.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, it took a second to adjust because I was kind of freaking out. When I reached out to touch you, and you were like a different person, and your mouth wasn't moving when you were talking to me.
Yep.
And I didn't know, like, you were next to me on the coaster, but it looked empty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you like, when you sat down, your arm like touched me, and I like freaked out because there's no one. I was looking over, and there was no one
trying to find my
there.
thing, and suddenly you vanished. I was like, where did you go?
I know.
Like,
It's
did you
like
get out again?
I know. Like, did I leave? I don't know. But I don't have a ton of experience with VR, and I think that's why I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But it was really cool, and I'm glad I did it.
I'm definitely glad we did it too. If you are limited on time here at Europa Park, I don't know if it's something that I would recommend that you do.
Just
like,
because of time.
there's a lot of really cool stuff here, and that is a time-consuming experience for sure. The dispatches are really, really slow.
I get.
You're waiting around for a while, so be aware of that if you decide to do it. Personally, I would recommend you put your time elsewhere, but it's still interesting. It's still cool.
I'm glad we
you know?
did it.
Yeah. So you guys also did the VR experience. What do you think?
Oh, I have so many thoughts.
I loved it.
It made me laugh. It made me scared. It made me cry. of happiness.
Oh.
Of happiness, yeah.
We didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know we would have so much time with the headset on before we actually got onto the ride.
Yeah.
So we just like spent a lot of time just like laughing and trying to figure out what was going on and getting. You have the headset on to get on the ride, which is very trippy. You have to like
And it's
feel
a boat.
everything.
Yeah,
It's literally a boat.
Yeah.
My favorite part though is we like turn the corner to go to get on, and she's like, "Wait, do we go to this one?" And there's like a million arrows pointing you to your row.
I forgot it was VR. I thought maybe everyone saw that arrow, but it was just me.
I was like, "Yes, Gabby, follow the arrows."
I was an old man with a monocle.
So was I.
And welcome here to the Italy section of Europa Park. Over here is their Honda Mansion style dark ride called Geisterschlossrail, at least I think that's how it's pronounced, where it's undergone a huge renovation. It's gonna feel like a brand new dark ride. If you experienced the old one, it was cool, but it was outdated. So like how they just updated Piraten and Batavia, and also the Austria section with Alpenexpress, this is another attraction that is gonna feel brand new, rejuvenated. If you come here to Europa Park, don't miss this thing, especially since it rarely ever has a line. So that does it for our day here at Europa Park, walking around, checking out everything new for the 2024 season. My first visit here was in 2018, and I gotta say, this is the best the park has ever looked.
Yeah, I think the first time we came here, I might not have appreciated it fully. But seeing like everything with a new set of eyes and like everything that's new here and just kind of taking it all in, I'm like, dang, this park is amazing.
Yeah, it really is incredible how like the changes to the Austria section really strengthens like the family-friendly and like play aspect of the park, and the Croatia section anchors
to the
like
thrill.
a thrill side of it. And then you throw in some of the other little changes here and there. It just the park feels more complete, and it already felt complete before, but now it really does.
Yeah, and like, quite honestly, I could spend like 5 days just like exploring here, and it's just so wonderful.
It is fantastic. So come out here to Rust, Germany, visit Europa Park, take a ride on Voltron. You won't regret it. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.